We all know how many truckers have fun hobbies or talents on the side when they're on the road, like cooking or maybe photography, but this next trucker has quite the lucrative hobby, bull riding. Check out this feature on Tank Adams, a truck driver, bull rider, and UFC fighter. Tank Adams is not your typical guy. He's as unique as they come. A cowboy that's part truck driver, part rodeo bull rider, and part UFC fighter. This guy is one for the books, and his ride? A pretty sweet 2020 18-speed Peterbilt named Big Sheba.
Because I love that thing. I brag about it all the time. It's orange with black stripes going down it. Cummins C15, bad boy. Her name's Big Sheba, so everybody knows when Big Sheba's on the road, they kind of move over to the side. I'm always getting compliments on her. My buddies hate hauling with me because sometimes we haul loads in the same direction. He said, man, I hate hauling with you when your truck's clean because that's all I hear on the CV. So we always crack jokes about that and stuff, but she's beautiful.
Growing up, Tank always wanted to be a truck driver. His mom would let him pull the trailer when he was a young boy, and his dad, a bull hauler, only added to his fascination with trucking. Tank ultimately decided to go into the oil business first.
As I got older, I had opportunity to get in the trucking business after the oil field had crashed on us. So everyone in the oil field almost has their CDL. So from that point on, I realized that it was an opportunity for me to rodeo and drive a truck at the same time, and I can kind of book my loads around my rodeos and book my rodeos around my loads.
Bull rider, you heard him right, and not just any bull rider. Tank competes in the PBR, BRI, and the International Professional Rodeo Association's IFR, where he's currently seated 5th in the world, all while he picks up and drops off loads, ultimately making trucking and bull riding quite the lucrative business.
PBR Touring Pros, the IPRA, the BRIs, IPRA, which I'm sitting 5th in the world right now in the International Professional Rodeo Association. So I'll go from there to Elk City, Oklahoma. They got a full rodeo down there, so I'll compete down there and try to kind of just move up in the rankings. We still got a long race ahead of us, so every little point counts. I told him I'll try to nickel and dime my way to the top. So,
as we all know, staying in shape is hard to do while you're on the road, and it's something at the top of Tank's to-do list if he wants to be #1 in bull riding and compete as a UCF fighter. So how does he do it? By working out wherever and whenever he can.
People are like, how do you have time for all this stuff? They all go neck and neck, because if you want to be a bull rider, if you want to, travel down the road and make a living at it, you got to be in the best shape as possible. If you want to be a fighter, you better be in the best shape as possible. So it's not too many of us truck drivers that when we pull over, we're out there doing push-ups and stuff. So guys are always cracking jokes. I'm over there working out and they're like, yeah, we see you over there. And they're just, so I have to stay in shape. Unfortunately, when you're on the road, you got to make stuff work. I got a membership at Planet Fitness because that's the only place you can go for $10 a month, and you can go to anywhere in the United States, and it's, you're still in there. And their parking is usually great.
Recently, while out on the road working out and competing in rodeos, Tank suffered a terrible eye injury during his bull riding practice session that ultimately led to a bull stepping on his eye.
He just steps on my eyeball, and I was like, oh. I was like, he got me, man. He got me. And I run over to the sideline just to make sure I'm not still in there with the bull. So I run up, I'm hanging over the fence. I was like, oh, he got me, man.
And that bull did get him down. Tank was driven to the hospital where they stitched his eye closed, but Tank wasn't down for long. Though his eye was still swollen shut, he had already booked a rodeo to Oakland, California, and he wasn't going to miss it.
So all the way to Oakland, and it was swelled up. I rode in the horse trailer, which is like a living quarters in the front of it. I rode to Oakland, California with an ice pack on my eye, and I just lay back. And every time we stopped, I'd get out, and they would walk the horses, and I'd get another ice pack, and I'd lay back down. And by the time I got there, I could just about open it up. It stayed red for the longest, for a few months, but I was able to fully recover from it.
Oakland ended up being pretty amazing for Tank. He won big, $7,000 to be exact, and moved him up to #1 in standings.
Oakland was good. I was the only guy to ride a bucking horse. That paid like $3,000, and then I think I won second in the bull riding, and that paid like $4,000. So I left out of there with $7,000, and I was like, dude, I'm glad I came down here.
Tank's eye took a while to completely recover, but now he is fully focused on one goal, winning first place in something he loves to do, while his son Mason looks on, driving a beauty, Big Sheba.
Driving a truck and riding bucking bulls. I've been blessed.